Welcome, representatives of Screen Australia. My name is Riley McEwen, and I'm the president of D&M Productions. Today, I'd like to present our new comedy adventure show, Surf, Skate, Survive. Surf, Skate, Survive is, at its core, a reflection of Wollongong culture. Us at D&M Productions have been workshopping this idea for some time, and now we feel it's ready for the small screen. In saying that, SSS would also be entirely produced in Wollongong, albeit still marketable to an international audience. We here at D&M Productions are seeking your funding in conjunction with a major streaming service to bring Triple S to life. Surf and skate culture are not only integral to Wollongong, but the Australian identity as a whole. Who better to support a true blue Aussie production than our very own Screen Australia? Alright guys, come take an adventure with me into the world of surf, skate, survive. Nolan is a young, ambitious skater with dreams of going pro. Growing up in Wollongong helped him hone his skills to perfection, and his family, friends and teachers seem to think he's got what it takes. What's the catch? Nolan and his crew have not a rival gang, but a rival culture. Deacon and the surfer dudes clash heads with the skater boys often, sometimes divulging into crime, and most recently, one of Deacon's friends' death. So far, no one's owned up to it, but both Deacon and Nolan know the truth. Does Deacon hold Nolan's career in his hands? Will this culture war be the death of both the boys? Maybe concrete and water is the only real thing separating them from being the same person. The key details of Surf, Skate, Survive are as follows. Our first of hopefully many seasons would consist of a 10-episode run, the pilot being longer so as to accommodate for character and story introductions. That pilot probably going for about an hour, every episode thereafter about 40 minutes. The story does include some violence, but our introduction of light-hearted comedy elements allows us to meet the M for mature rating. A story about young Aussies made for young people. We want this production to be as authentic as possible. As both myself and D&M Productions hail from Wollongong, we would absolutely love to be able to capture that authenticity and give back to the local communities. Our age range is currently between 13 to 35. If our vision for Triple S is to be executed, as we hope that age range should stick, giving you a solid idea of who and how we are marketing to. What you're currently looking at is our standing logo. For Triple S, we wanted a fun, vibrant, youthful vibe. As you can see, Nolan's also done a little bit of graffiti on there too. Unfortunately though, due to a lack of funding, we've been unable to secure any real test footage. We are in current talks with the streaming service Stan, but this conversation is in its early stages. Any possible deal rests on dual funding between both Stan and Screen Australia. This, however, isn't the only reason we've chosen to approach Screen Australia formally first. We understand that Australian content should be Australian made, and the current Screen Australia guidelines for funding were actually embraced in our planning and will be more so in production. Nolan, the primary main character, and Deacon, the secondary main character, are both parts of their respective sports cultures, skating and surfing, even excelling in their respective sports. Both hoping to join the professional stadiums of skating and surfing, the two cultures often clash over differences of opinion and morals. The surfers follow traditions, while the skaters embrace modernity. In one of these recent clashes, Deacon's best friend Rory was killed. Both Deacon and Nolan know the truth about the accident, and it puts them both at risk for their futures. Wollongong content in the past has been consistently lackluster. The wider Illawarra has been home to many, many productions. Although a lot of these projects have captured the beautiful scenery and some of the lifestyle, I believe Surf, Skate, Survive could do this better. We don't want to make another Home and Away Neighbours ripoff, telling everyone how nice it is to live down the road from the beach, but instead to keep the comedy down to earth and a drama there with it. In saying that, we would also love to embrace the nature and enjoy it and respect it as it deserves. At D&M, we despise overt drama and predictable stories. Although we do support all creators, our art is incredibly important to us. So let's look at some examples from Wollongong in the past that didn't really work out and use their disadvantage as our advantage. Let's have a look at Headland and Tricky Business. Both lasting no more than 2 seasons, they were clearly inspired by past Australian media and attempted a new twist on their respective genres. Tricky Business was made in 2012 and surprisingly, for a modern show, had an almost all-white cast. Not illegal, of course, but not exactly progressive either. This combined with poor execution of their detective-esque twist on classic Aussie soaps leaves it at a 5.7 rating on IMDb, and lasting, of course, only 1 season. Headland was fortunate enough to see a second season, but once again, fell into that trap of predictable, exhaustive drama. Some examples we can look on positively of Australian media include Packed to the Rafters and Kath and Kim, both critically acclaimed Aussie media sensations. They also both achieved a level of success on the international market. D&M aimed to hit those same points: solid writing, good comedy, staying relevant to the modern Australian. Again, I don't want you guys on the board to think Surf, Skate, Survive is just going to rehash these beloved subject matter, mush them all into one, hoping for the best. Our writers, including myself, thrive on originality and take Screen Australia's plagiarism guidelines incredibly seriously. I'm not going to lie to you guys, this production won't be cheap. We believe in this project. We want only the best for it. And in saying that, we have to provide the best for it as well. We have great writers, so much so the show is almost finished. Where we clearly lack are the finances. Without that support from a larger institution, we've been hesitant to go ahead into pre-production, knowing it could actually spell disaster for an up-and-coming production company like D&M Productions. We'd be trying to stick to a 2-month pre-production schedule, a 3-month shooting period, and a further 2 months for post-production. That's the positive. Although it will be expensive, and most finished productions are nowadays, it shouldn't take longer than 7 months, which is incredibly fast for a project of this size. We'd be working with a crew of around 40 people and a consistent cast of about 15 to 20, including supporting roles, of course. Another bonus is that set hire and design would mainly be in public spaces, although some of these places would require some kind of council notification beforehand. The incurring costs would be minimal, and I'm sure Screen Australia would be able to reap the benefits of being a government-owned production company. If Screen Australia grants us this amazing opportunity, Surf, Skate, Survive's release will be in partnership with the Australian streaming company Stan. A simple 1 episode release per week will make for a consistent schedule and stretch our release over 10 weeks. The final few weeks, advertising and marketing, depending on the current state of the show, will be increased to fit viewer ratings. Best case scenario, Nolan, Deacon and the crew become recognisable faces for Stan. And with our above marketing strategies, this is a highly likely possibility. The massive upside for Screen Australia being able to prove that government-funded, high-quality projects still exist. In short, what helps you guys helps us, and what helps us helps you guys. To match Skate, Surf, Survive's themes of modernity, we'll be leaving behind most print advertisements in the marketing phase. The younger generation doesn't read newspapers. Most of the time, billboards blend into their backgrounds while people walk past them on their phones. And that's exactly it, guys. Our target audience are on their phones. We will advertise on a range of social media platforms with a focus on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Both TikTok and Instagram allow for ads in their feeds for their users, while YouTube allows for ads at the start of most of their videos. This means whether they go looking for it or are consuming their usual content, Triple S will be seen. And if we can get that backing of Stan, we have that official license behind us, that recognized symbol that people love and cherish. Also, all of their advertising programs are also reasonably priced. This, however, I believe we shouldn't push too far. We could also do something like celebrity endorsements, but the possible backlash of working with someone that may not be now but becomes disliked in the public view is too risky for a production like ours. Thank you so much for your time today, guys. Everyone here at D&M Productions is very positive about the future of Surf, Skate, Survive, and we all really do appreciate the board's time, no matter the outcome. I'd just like to end this with a bit of a question. To tell you the truth, it's been a little while since I've seen a government-funded project go viral, appeal to massive international audiences. Surf, Skate, Survive is an opportunity. I'm just wondering, you guys want to appeal to massive audiences, right? You want to entertain. But most importantly, don't you guys want to see Australia's newest filmmakers and what they're capable of? I'll tell you what, I sure do. And if it was me in that seat, I'd be giving the kid a chance. Thank you so much.